Okay, boxing fans, Casuals Cunty Comments, Volume 2. I'm going to actually we're starting with Paul's one today because we left on a cliffhanger last time. So, Paul, without any further ado.
I read one guy say, Marco Huck is so scared of Johnny Nelson that he begged the WBO not to sanction any fight that's made between them because he knows Johnny Nelson, even now at age 48 or whatever he is, Johnny Nelson would school him, even now. Marco Huck is so frightened of Johnny Nelson, 10 years retired, that he's basically running away up to heavyweight and he's begging the WBO not to allow the fight. That's what I read one man say.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you reckon what's more likely? He paid off the WBO not to sanction the fight.
Oh mate, he met them in a hotel room wearing dark shades, briefcases were exchanged, contracts were signed.
Brown paper bags, all that shit.
Yeah. And everything. They were sworn to secrecy. It was all a big plot to make sure that Johnny Nelson doesn't get his hands on Marco Huck, because Marco Huck is just quaking at the idea of fighting Johnny Nelson.
I can just
Can't go to bed, he's losing sleep and everything.
Yeah.
His lifespan's just decreased by like 5 years already, hasn't it?
Yeah. He'll lose that title in the next fight, no matter who he fights, you know. He's mentally just a wreck now because of that.
Hair's falling out and everything.
Damn. All the hair's gone. Even his woman's thinking of leaving him.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, she's not thinking of leaving him. Johnny Nelson's going to take her. Going to take the belt.
Scarface style, do you know what I mean? Deck him up and then take his missus.
Yeah. And give Eugene, was his name Eugene? Give Eugene a job.
Yeah.
What about Eugene? Hey Eugene, you want a job?
You want a job, man?
That's what he'll say to Salwood's trainer afterwards. You want a job, man? You want a job training me? You want to carry my bags when I go to work in the Sky Studio?
I know, yeah.
You want to put my makeup on?
Do me one favour, push me hip back in.
Yeah.
Massage me knee. I've just blew it out.
Who actually thinks that fucking Hook would lose to Nelson when Nelson was in his prime? Because I fucking don't. I think I could have fucking beat
maybe. Johnny Nelson had an absolutely horrible style that would give.
But it worked, unfortunately.
It worked, but I'm sorry, man. If Johnny Nelson can even last 3 rounds in a fight with Marco Huck now, then in my opinion he's already won. That in itself is a victory.
If Johnny Nelson can make it through a training camp, that's a victory. The fact that Johnny Nelson makes it down the stairs in the morning, that's a flaming victory.
Come on, he's not that fucking old. You know what I mean?
It shows up responsive.
Hips gone. Yeah. Hips gone. 2 knees gone. Jesus.
Fucking brain's gone by the sound of it.
Yeah.
Is there any rules or regulations as to how much of you can be metal before you're not allowed to fight?
I don't know.
Well, there's that big fucking hoo-ha about Barrera, weren't there? With that metal plate in his head. Do you remember that? And they were saying that he could take, ridiculous amount of punishment because of it. I remember that years ago.
Maybe that person's onto something. Maybe Marco Huck doesn't want to fight because he's afraid if he punches Johnny Nelson in the head, it will have no effect. It's made of metal.
And break his hand. Like fighting the Terminator.
Yeah, exactly. He's more like the Terminator, isn't he?
Yeah. Marco Huck doesn't want to be getting into a fight.
The only thing is, no one wants him to be back in any way, shape, or form.
I
don't know. It's just like this, isn't it? Please, Eddie, give me a retweet. Eddie, please give me a retweet. I'll say anything if you give me a retweet. God, there's some casuals out here. Some casual fans. We'll go to the next one. My one's brilliant. This is the truth. This is something someone said to me. It's an Irish guy. He said it to me personally. I just want to put it out there. There's more Irish people in the rest of the world than there are in Ireland. This guy was in Ireland. They should have used this one on the tourist board. Ireland, we're not all there, because this fucking guy wasn't all there. He said to me on Twitter, David Price ducked Martin Rogan. Let me repeat and give you some perspective. He said to me, David Price, when he was British and Commonwealth champion, before he got defeated by Tony Thompson, ducked Martin Rogan. Ducked him. What have you got to say about that?
Same Rogan who drives a cab.
That's that very one.
Who, was third in line for going to the Olympics behind Tom Daley. That kind of Martin Rogan, yeah.
That's the one, yeah. The one who is actually, a conspiracy thinking. People are out there thinking that he threw the fight against Tyson Fury. That very Martin.
The shit out of him.
Not accusing of anything, mate, but...
Him and Mallet Scott have a lot in common.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he'd done it, but we're just saying apparently he wasn't seen driving his cab for a while. Just saying that.
And David Price was so scared of fighting him that he went and got himself knocked out by Tony Thompson instead.
Yeah, that's why he got knocked out, isn't it?
Was it? Well,
He's actually.
Are you sure he said ducked, or did he say dodged? And he meant it in the sense that David Price dodged Martin Logan because Martin Logan tried to run him over in his cab. He
said he was deadly serious, and he said ducked. I had to put my phone down and go get an alcoholic beverage because I thought someone had given me drugs. I couldn't believe what I was reading.
Because you know what happens when you have drugs? What the really good cure is go and get booze. That always helps.
Well, it was the only logical thing to do in that situation. Trust me, nothing is logical when that happens. Maybe
he meant that he dodged a Rogan Josh because the night before the fight because he didn't want the shits when he was fighting.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, that's the only kind of Rogan. Well, David Price at the time would have been dodging. It's just no boxing fans. No, actually, calling them boxing fans is too kind.
Yeah.
No casuals.
Oh man, don't insult us. Don't compare us to them.
They're not just casual fans. They're casual thinkers. They don't think out fully. It's like they do about 5% of thinking. It's like I can't be asked doing that. I'll just use Sky's opinion.
If you saw a dog out shit in the road, he'd laugh.
I mean, I've got to ask you this one right now. Has anyone ever heard anything about Martin Rogan and David Price? I didn't even know they were ever,
linked
into fighting.
No.
I mean, I'll go one step further. Has anyone ever heard that David Price was like, I can't fight Rogan. Oh no, too dangerous. Don't want
it.
No way, Kelly. He probably said to Maloney, no way, Kelly. No way am I fighting him.
Get me that lanky fucker Fury because I can't fight that Rogan.
Yeah.
Okay, Fury won't fight me. Okay, get me that American guy. What's his name? Tony Thompson. Go on. Only lost 3 times in his career at the time. 2 of which
he broke his wife. I tell you, Tony Thompson broke his wife's hip, mate. But he'd have some job if he was going to break Johnny Nelson's hip.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Fucking made of titanium, that thing. Marco Huck's terrified.
Jesus, we got some good ones today. Kingy, go on. Have you got a name and shame?
No, I can't remember the guy's name. This was a good while ago when this happened. But basically, I was talking about Harry Greb from the 20s.
Yep.
And this idiot decides to come on and say, basically, it was a flow-mo, and he was saying that you can't take any old fighters' records because they didn't drug test them then, and they were all on steroids. To which I replied that steroids weren't even invented and synthesized, as the word's used, until the Nazis did them in the late 30s. So, which was after fucking Harry Greb had died. So,
you know why he died, though, don't you?
And then I sent him the links, to showing him the actual information. But obviously the guy was a casual thinker, and he just thought, no, I'm going to keep this argument going, even though I'm getting fucking bummed.
Even though the evidence... that's like get called and see in the crowd.
Basically, went back and forward a little bit. I was trying to tell him about other fighters and other guys that were very good, and all he was seeing was Floyd Mayweather. And basically, his argument against the steroids was that people in the Philippines have been taking things that make you inhuman and don't feel pain for the last 200 years. Apparently, Roger Mayweather said that. So that's where he's getting his information from. So maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. You know Roger Mayweather, he's always, he's a veritable scholar of the world. So many times he's been passed over for
Who told Roger Mayweather the fairies? The fairies told Roger Mayweather to relay this information to everyone.
The special voices in his head.
Yeah. Apparently they were looking for a genius, and it was a toss-up between Roger Mayweather and Hawkins, but they went with Hawkins,
I mean, it was an absolute crying shame the amount of times that Roger Mayweather's been passed over for the Nobel Science Award.
Exactly.
It's cruel now.
Fucking ridiculous. Right?
Roger Mayweather should grow a beard and just wear a big white cape, shouldn't he?
Would that be the Philippines where well-known Floyd Mayweather rival Manny Pacquiao is from by any chance?
I think it might be actually.
Would that be the same Mayweather camp that keep insisting that Manny Pacquiao's on steroids?
Yeah, I think it might be. But...
Call me an idiot, but there may be a bit of a link. Just an idea. Just throwing it out there.
And have a guess what? After I'd basically I went on to I lost my rag with him. At first I was trying to be diplomatic, but then I lost my rag with him and basically fired at him that I didn't really think Floyd was in the top 40 fighters of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because, he hasn't fought the guys that he had to be listed in that. He has ducked fighters.
Oh, man, I bet you were pulling your hair out, weren't you? TBE. That's all I got back, and I was just like, I'm talking to a moron, aren't I? Yeah. I bet you were pulling your hair out, weren't you?
Yeah, I weren't, because I haven't got fuck all.
Yeah, I know.
You lost it all in that conversation. Oh, man.
For anyone out there who don't know I'm bald, I am, yes.
TBE.
The baldest ever, mate.
Don't compare my record to anyone pre-1939.
Yeah.
Since then, everyone were on drugs.
Yeah.
Same people who think fucking HBO invented boxing.
Exactly. But
it's not happens on TV. If it's not happens on colour TV, it doesn't count.
Exactly. That's what Bert Sugar used to say about his kids. Like they think ESPN came up with boxing. Because if they haven't seen it on there, it doesn't exist. But,
same with Matchroom nowadays.
Yeah, that's the one. On this Matchroom, as we like to call it.
That's the one. Prior to Matchroom, no one knew of boxing in this country.
No.
Never mind, it was on ITV or any of that. I mean, even Amir Khan's fights were on ITV, weren't they?
One or two were, yeah.
When he first started out, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the Malinaji one was as well.
Well, that was on BBC, actually, that, I think.
No,
the BBC have shown the odd fight, actually. Right.
And Audie Harrison.
Audie Harrison killed that.
Yeah, he did.
No, ITV, I'm pretty sure.
David Hay was on BBC.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure after Amir Khan fell out with Sky for a little bit, because it was something to do with the McCluskey fight. He fell out with Sky for a bit, and after the McCluskey fight, I think he went and fought Malinaji on ITV, and then he went back to Sky eventually.
Yeah. They both knew they didn't need each other.
He had one fight on what's it called, Prime Time as well. I think that
was against McCluskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I think he went and fought Malinaji or someone on ITV, and then he realised, fuck this, I'm getting no money, and he went back to Sky. Or him and Golden Boy went back to Sky.
Yeah.
Anyway, have we got any more funny comments?
Rory's got his.
Yeah. I'll be honest and happily donated by Mark, but the much anticipated clash between Bellew and Cleverly is the most anticipated British grudge match that could have possibly been made out there. So let's just remind folks now who are listening, not Khan Brook, not Quick Frampton, not Eubank Jr. and Saunders. Any others, guys? Throw them out there.
Well,
not Fury, Chisora.
Joshua against any of them, But Chisora, Hay, Fury, any of them, really.
Right, I'll tell you what, I bet we could name probably 10. That'd be fair enough to say.
Yeah. How many did we just list off?
Right, let's go. So, Quick Frampton, Chisora, Fury.
Yeah. Price,
Fury, Brook Khan.
Yeah.
Eubank versus...
Yeah, Chris Eubank, Saunders. Quigg, Galahad.
Yeah.
Galahad,
Yeah, Frampton, Galahad, you could throw that in as well.
Frampton, Galahad. Oh, right, so that's 7.
Like I say, even Joshua versus Price. Joshua versus Chisora.
Joshua Price, Joshua Chisora, Joshua Fury.
Yeah.
There's 10. David Hay, any of David Hay?
What about Carl Froch?
James DeGale.
Yeah, Carl Froch, James DeGale. That's
not everyone.
So that'd be. So if we go David Hay, Fury, that could be in that. Probably be more anticipated.
James DeGale, George Rose too.
Yep. James DeGale, Carl Froch.
Yeah. Yeah, said that before, but yeah, definitely.
So that's 13.
Smith versus James DeGale or Callum Smith versus George Groves.
George Groves, right? Those two, that'd be 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you kind of get the point.
I think we've made our point.
Yeah, just. But yeah, I mean, if we want to see two guys and pay for the privilege, two guys who only had 2 fights at that weight, who neither of them have a title, one of them's never won a world title, fighting each other.
A bit of a
title, really. But...
Then
both been smashed by the only world level fighters they've ever fought.
Yeah.
And if those two fighters fought against each other, not even that would be pay-per-view. Stevenson versus Kovalev wouldn't be pay-per-view, so...
No.
Why are we watching their sloppy seconds? Get their pay-per-view.
Yeah. So... Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Pretty much.
So shut the fuck up.